Ladies, I want you to be sincerely honest with me for just a moment. Have you caught yourself in the mirror and felt something off after dressing? Like everything looks put together except your hair, like it's quietly working against you instead of for you? If that's ever happened to you, I promise you, you are not alone, and it is not something you have to keep living with. Today, ladies, I will be showing you 5 real haircuts, already tested and proven, that will make you look not only younger, but genuinely rich. The kind of hair that makes people assume you spent hours and hundreds of dollars getting ready, when really, it took you 10 minutes. And stay close, because haircut number 4 is the one top stylists quietly recommend the most, but almost never explain why it works so well. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about finally matching the outside to the confident, elegant woman you already are underneath. Women who subscribe to this channel are always the first to know which haircut is working before it becomes the trend everyone else copies months later. So hit subscribe now if you want to stay ahead. Let's get straight into haircut number 1. The first haircut on our list that will make you look younger and effortlessly rich is the shoulder-length shag. And if your hair has been feeling flat, heavy, or just plain tired lately, this is about to change everything for you. You know that feeling when you look in the mirror and your hair just sits there, lifeless, no matter how much product you use or how long you spend with a blow dryer, and you start to wonder if that bounce and body you used to have is simply gone for good. It isn't. I want you to understand why this cut works so beautifully, because it's not magic, it's precision. The shag is built entirely on strategic layering, and those layers are what create movement your hair has been missing, giving it the kind of texture that catches light, shifts when you move, and instantly reads as expensive rather than neglected. This is the wash-and-go cut that looks like you just left a $300 salon appointment. Even on the mornings, you barely have 10 minutes to get ready. We all reach a point where our hair changes, where it becomes finer, less predictable, a little more stubborn, and the shag doesn't fight that change, it works with it, softening facial features while adding the illusion of thickness exactly where you need it most. If your hair has gone gray or silver, this texture makes it look luminous and intentional rather than dull, catching light in a way flat, blunt styles simply cannot. It flatters fine hair, thick hair, wavy hair, almost anyone, because it's designed around movement, not perfection. But if structure and sharp definition are more your style, wait until you see what's coming next, because haircut number 2 might be exactly the polished transformation you've been searching for. The second haircut on our list that will make you look polished, refined, and quietly powerful is the chin-length blunt bob with soft layers. And if you've noticed your jawline softening a little more each year, I want you to know this cut was practically designed with you in mind. There's a specific kind of insecurity that creeps in as we age, that quiet worry when you catch your reflection at an angle you didn't expect. And suddenly, you're focused on your jawline instead of your smile. You don't have to live with that feeling, and you certainly don't have to accept it as permanent. Let me explain exactly why this cut works, because the science behind it is genuinely fascinating. A blunt cut, unlike a heavily layered style, keeps the ends even and weighted, which creates the illusion of thickness and density instantly, making even fine or thinning hair appear fuller than it actually is. At the same time, because the length falls precisely at the chin, it draws the eye directly to your jawline and neck, creating a natural lifting effect that no cream, serum, or filler could ever replicate. This is the cut worn by women who move seamlessly from a boardroom meeting to a dinner reservation without changing a single thing about their hair. Sleek, deliberate, and effortlessly put together, in a way that never looks like it took effort at all. We often assume that structure and softness can't exist in the same haircut, that we have to choose between sharp and flattering, but this bob proves that assumption wrong entirely. The soft layering keeps everything gentle and wearable, while the blunt line underneath holds the shape and the polish. This is quiet luxury in its purest form. Minimal styling, maximum sophistication, the kind of look that doesn't chase trends because it was never trying to be trendy in the first place. It was built to be timeless. If you wear glasses, this cut frames your face beautifully without ever competing with them. And if your hair is fine to medium, the blunt ends alone will add noticeable thickness you'll notice within days. But if you've been quietly considering something bolder, something that finally lets you feel fearless again, wait until you see haircut number 3, because it might be the boldest, most freeing decision you make all year. Coming in at number 3 on our list to help you look radiant, confident, and unmistakably elegant is the elevated Pixie with side-swept bangs. And if the word Pixie just made you a little nervous, take a breath, because I promise you, this is not the haircut you're picturing. So many women hesitate here, worried a shortcut will feel severe or masculine or like they're somehow giving up on femininity altogether. And I understand exactly where that fear comes from. But I need you to hear this clearly. That fear is based on an outdated idea, not on what this cut actually does. When it's cut correctly, with soft side-swept bangs framing the face, this Pixie does the opposite of severe. It softens everything. It draws the eye upward toward your cheekbones and your eyes, creating instant lift and definition in a way longer styles simply can't achieve. If your hair has been thinning or losing density, this is where it gets even better. Because removing the extra weight that used to drag your hair down actually makes what you do have look fuller, thicker, more alive than it has in years. This is the haircut worn by women who have stopped needing to prove anything through their hair length. The quiet confidence of someone who knows exactly who she is, sharp, intentional, and beautifully unbothered. There's an old money energy to this cut. Low maintenance in the mornings, but undeniably high impact the second you walk into a room. And if your hair has gone gray or silver, this style makes it look deliberate and chic rather than something you're simply tolerating. We've been taught for years that femininity lives in length, that cutting it short means giving something up. But that idea has never been true. And this cut is proof of exactly that. It works beautifully for oval and heart-shaped faces. It complements high cheekbones, and it gives you a wash, tussle, and go kind of freedom most women spend years chasing. But maybe you're not ready to let go of your length just yet. Maybe you love having something to run your fingers through. And if that's you, stay with me, because the next haircut on our list might be exactly the balance you've been looking for. Number 4 on our list, and this is the one I promised you at the very beginning, the haircut that high-end stylists quietly recommend more than almost any other, the textured layered bob. If you've ever felt stuck in that awkward in-between stage, too long to feel fresh, too short to feel elegant, unsure what would actually flatter you at this point in your life, I want you to relax, because this cut was created for exactly that moment. Here's why stylists reach for this one again and again, and it's not just because it's easy. It's because it works on nearly every face shape, every hair texture, every stage of hair thinning imaginable. The internal layering is the real secret here. It creates the illusion of volume and movement that a flat, heavy cut simply cannot replicate. So instead of your hair sitting there looking dense and lifeless, it moves, it breathes, it catches light the way healthy, youthful hair does. I want you to notice something else too. The length itself is flexible. It can be tailored slightly longer to elongate a rounder face, or slightly shorter for a lifted, sculpted effect, which is exactly why this cut adapts so effortlessly to you specifically, rather than forcing you into someone else's idea of flattering. If you've embraced gray or silver hair, this is where the bob becomes truly stunning. The layering creates different planes throughout the hair, and light plays across each one differently, giving that luminous, dimensional quality that makes gray hair look expensive and intentional instead of simply present. We all reach an age where we stop asking our hair to look the way it did decades ago, and instead ask what it needs right now. And this cut answers that question better than almost any other style available today. It's timeless in a way trends never are, adaptable, requested in the best salons across the world, and never ever out of style regardless of what year it is. But if you've been holding on to your length this whole time, refusing to let it go no matter what anyone suggests, stay with me, because the final haircut on our list was made specifically for women exactly like you. The final haircut on our list, the one that proves you never had to give anything up, is long layers with face-framing pieces. And I want to say something clearly right now because it deserves to be said without any hesitation. There is no age at which you must cut your hair short. None. That idea has no real basis in styling knowledge, and it has quietly taken something beautiful away from far too many women who simply wanted to keep what they loved. If you've been holding on to your length this entire time, worried it might be dragging your face down or making you look tired, I need you to hear this. The problem was never the length. It was the shape. Long hair that grows without any structural layering becomes heavy over time, and that weight pulls everything flat against your face, dragging your jawline and cheeks downward, which is exactly what creates that tired, weighed-down look so many women fear. But long layers that begin right at cheekbone level change everything. They create upward movement precisely where it matters most, drawing light and attention straight to your eyes and your cheekbones, instead of pulling focus down and away. This is the length worn by the most quietly elegant, effortlessly polished women, refined rather than overgrown, deliberate rather than neglected, the kind of hair that photographs beautifully in every single light. If your hair has gone silver, white, or salt and pepper, this cut becomes absolutely breathtaking. Those face-framing pieces catch the light and illuminate your complexion almost like natural highlighters built directly into your hair. We spend so much of our lives being told there's an age where certain things stop being allowed. Long hair, boldness, softness, glamour, and I want you to release that idea completely because your face today deserves a cut chosen for exactly who you are right now, not for who you were 20 years ago. This isn't about clinging to youth, it's about refusing to shrink, about choosing elegance on your own terms, at your own length, in your own time. And here's the one thing that quietly undermines more haircuts than anything else. The thing I promised to share with you. The mistake almost every woman makes without even realizing it. And once you hear it, you will never choose a haircut the same way again. Here's that one thing I promised you. The mistake that quietly undermines more haircuts than anything else. Choosing a style based on how it looked on you 15 or 20 years ago, instead of the face and hair you actually have right now. It's not a criticism. It's one of the most human things in the world, to reach for what once felt good, what once felt like you. But the truth is, your face today deserves to be seen exactly as it is, not measured against a memory. The most beautiful thing a haircut can ever do has nothing to do with chasing youth. It has everything to do with making you feel fully, confidently, unapologetically like yourself. That's what real elegance looks like. And that's what you deserve every single time you sit in that salon chair. If this gave you something you needed today, hit subscribe, share it with a woman in your life who needs to hear this too, and I'll see you in the next one.